good morning to everybody who decided to tap in with your boy on this Saturday. Uh, I'm 14 minutes early and still not the first one. Who is that's the first one in here? I do not know that name. I do not know that name. So welcome. If this is not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, Khalid, Abda, Mohammed, if this is not your first time tuning in, I truly jollipies. But if it is your first time, welcome. What's up, Trader Moo? Happy Saturday to you here to learn and share. Hello, Deborah. What's up, fine Superman? My sweetie up in here. What's up, J.A. Williams? What's happening? What's happening, Lil Hawk? What's going on, Lil Hawk? Hey, man. My sweetie was out doing her thing. And I said, let me bring the mic up some. I know sometimes it be like cutting my voice off for some reason. So I'm going to bring the mic up a little bit, bring the mic closer to my vocal area in hopes that helps the audio. My wife was out doing her thingy thing. And I said, you know what? What's up, Father Legends? What's going on, Elizabeth A? What's going on, Ryan? What's up, Wayman Tisdale? I think I remember that name. What's cracking? I decided, hey, let's jump on Al Gore's internet and talk about it. ICT concepts. When it comes to ICT concepts or any concepts that you choose to use for your trading. I'm speaking on ICT concepts. Look over there. I'm speaking on ICT concepts because those are the concepts that I choose to use. So if you don't choose to use ICT concepts, just replace it with whatever concepts you choose to use. Let me use my handy dandy, right? My cursor is right over here. See that little red dot? My cursor is right over there, right? So I just noticed it's really small, but y'all can still see it, right? Y'all can see the red dot. Anyway, applying ICT concepts and using ICT concepts are not capital NOT the same. What, Tim? What are you talking about? Hey, is that little Timmy Rogers or Ant-Man? Who remember Ant-Man? If you was a part of the live when Ant-Man made his debut, put a 1 in the chat. Who remember Ant-Man? Who want Ant-Man to come back? I put it like that. If you want Ant-Man to come back and you saw Ant-Man, put a 2 in the chat. If you saw Ant-Man and remember Ant-Man, put a 1 in the chat. And if you want Ant-Man to come back, put a 2 in the chat. Ant-Man, yeah, that's me. Hey, so let me while I open up my trading view and my Ninja Trader, I ain't gonna hold you. It done pissed me off to the highest level of festivity, right? It sent me a notice saying I had to update my Ninja Trader, right? So when I updated my Ninja Trader, now every freaking time I open the Ninja Trader app, I have to log in. Every time. Ooh, that burns me up. Ooh, that burns me up. I got to punch it. I have to manually punch in my password every single time I launch the desktop app. I hate that. The old Ninja Trader, I didn't have to do that. I opened it up and it just opened and it connected. Now I have to punch in my password every single time. Every single time. And I think I might have typed it wrong. Did I type it wrong? No, I didn't. I typed it right. I think. Okay. But yeah, yes, I did. I typed it right. Every time I got to type it in. All right. Now that I got that open, right? Let me ask a question. Right? I'm gonna ask a question. Right? God dog it. Y'all hold on. Sometimes when I be moving stuff around on my screen, it collapses everything down in the back. And like on Ninja Trader, I got like 40 screens open. So it's like I have to go. And with Ninja Trader, you have to click on every screen. Like you have to click on every individual screen to bring. Like you can't just click on one program tray at the bottom. You can't just click on the little program tray and bring all the windows back up. You have to individually click every window that you want to come back up. Right? Every window that you want to come back up. So I'm just going through clicking all of these windows. All right. Now, let me get y'all back up. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Let me get y'all back up. And then where did y'all go? There y'all go. Okay. Ant-Man. Yeah, I hate that too. One Ant-Man. Yep. Is getting on my nerves too. I don't see no twos. Don't nobody want Ant-Man to come back. I don't see no twos in the chat. So Ant-Man is officially retired. Okay, let me ask y'all a question, right? And I want y'all to put in the chat, right? If I am speaking with you and I say that my model, right, is to trade a breaking market structure, retrace back to a fair value gap that a retrace breaking market structure, retrace back to a fair value gap at a higher time frame breaker, right? What's the first question that comes to your mind, right? Excuse me. While I drink some water, tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. If I said, what's the first question that pops into your mind when I say my model is to trade off of a break-in market structure, retrace back to a fair value gap at a higher time frame breaker? What's the first question that pops into your mind when I tell you that's what my model is? I just want to see something. Ryan, stop talking to 0100 in the back of the class and answer the question. If I say to you, my model is to trade a break-in market structure with a retracement back to a fair value gap in line with a higher time frame breaker, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Deborah says, what time frame? Trey says, where was the liquidity taken from external or internal? Finding Superman said, which way did the direction change, up or down? Wave Trader says, depending on which. Draw, what's the draw? What time is it? And was liquidity already taken? Where's the draw? 2022 model redefined. That's not a question. 100. After a 15-minute liquidity sweep. So what time you're asking? What's the time frame? You asking what's the time frame? Okay, right now, um, why higher time frame? I missed that one. You would not draw me into this. You would not draw me into this. Where is the next liquidity that the market will take? Time of day. All right. Y'all can start putting them in because I ain't reading no more. Now, I mean this with no offense to anyone, right? Based off of what I said my model is a break in market structure, retracement back to a fair value gap at a higher time frame breaker, right? Deborah said, what time? I get that all the time, right? And when somebody asks me this question right here, what time frame? My answer is you're not ready to be trading, right? I get this one a lot. Was it internal or external liquidity? You're not ready to be trading, right? Why the higher time frame? I've seen this one before, and I put a definitely in front of you're definitely not ready to be trading, right? Which way did the direction change, up and down, right? You're not ready to be trading. I don't know what depending on which means. What's the draw, right? I'm not gonna say you're not ready to be trading, but you're a close cousin to the not ready to be trading. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute, right? I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. But that's a good one. That one right there. This one is a good one. What's your draw? So it's like you're on the cusp, and you kind of worded it kind of slick because I can't like I need more information behind your question. I would have to talk a little bit more with you, right? You might know what you're doing, but you might just be a wolf in sheep's clothing. I got to watch you, Trader Mo. What time is it, and was liquidity taken? You're definitely not ready because I said breaking market structure, retrace back to um the what's the name, and you started out was like was time taken and was time and liquidity, and all of the reasons why I say you're not ready are it's the same thing. Everything's the same thing. After 15-minute liquidity sweep, it's all the same thing. What's the draw again? That's a very good one, Sonya. It's a very good one. Just like Trader Mo, that's a good one. I'm sending you on the side. I'm sending you close to the cousins. Where's the next liquidity that the market will take? Right? I'm sending you next to the close one. You trying to be smart too. Um, um, Yellow bush. My answer is different from everyone's eventually. If evidently I'm still slow. No, you're not a slow student. We don't negative speak to ourselves around here, right? Your answer is different from everybody else because you're a unique individual. That's your viewpoint. Nobody has your viewpoint. You're a unique individual. So it matters not what anybody thinks or what anybody says. Your viewpoint is your viewpoint, right? Now, the reason why I say that, and I see you too, Deborah. That's why you're here to learn, right? The reason why I say um The reason why I say this is because I used to do this too. I used to do this too. You're overthinking it, right? You're overthinking it, right? Now, mind you, all of this started, the questions, the questions came from me saying my model is, right? Right? The question came from me saying my model is. And the reason why I said, um, the reason why I said it, like the Trader Mo, Sonya, a couple people, I was like, y'all close cousins to the you're not ready to be trading, is because you can be secretly overthinking it, but you're not, like, you're not as less learned as the person that's saying, hey, what time frame? Hey, what's this? Hey, what's that? You know what I'm saying? The really, really beginner questions, right? You may have a little more knowledge, but you're still a super senior. You're still a 6-year senior. You're still stuck on the education hamster wheel. You're overthinking it, because I started out by saying my model is. It matters not what time frame it is. It matters not what the draw is. It matters not what the bias is. It matters. None of it matters, because it's my model. None of it. It's my, you should have no question. The only question that should, that has any validity, when I say my model is, the only question that has any like validity in the world at that moment is, oh, is it successful for you? That's cool. Is that model successful? I trade blah 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 blah, because it matters not what my model, what time frame, what, because what you trade is not going to be the same as what I trade, right? What we do, we fall into, and all of that leads us into, right, what I was talking about on my thing here, right? All of that is leading us into the fact that applying ICT concepts and using ICT concepts are not the same, because it matters not what my model is, right? You're not using my model. I am. It matters not what time frame I'm trading on. You're not using my model. I am. Right? The I ain't hit you with no trick question. Right? And what we do, we get caught up in everything that Michael J. Huddleston says. We feel like we have to start using right now. We feel like that's the new thing I got to use to be successful. That's the new thing I got to use to be able to do it like Michael does it. You don't have to start using anything. If you are already trading a model with shout out Zay. If you are already trading a model, right? When Michael drops new information, right? Because I still look at his videos when he drops something new. I watch the video and I listen for the gems that sprinkled throughout, right? And remember when I was talking the other day, when I said everything that he talked about in that video, I already knew, but he dropped the gem, right? When I brought out Ant-Man, when Ant-Man came out, he dropped the gem that let me know why I was getting left at the bus stop, right? But I didn't change my model. I didn't start. Remember when I said I was ignoring the order blocks. Even though I know what an order block is, I was totally ignoring the order block. I wasn't marking the order blocks out on my screen, right? I wasn't marking the order blocks out on my screen. I was ignoring the order blocks, right? But because I was ignoring the order blocks, it was making me miss the fact that my fair value gap that I was waiting for price to get back to, it wasn't coming back there because the order block had done its job already, right? So what I had to do was start applying the knowledge of the order block, because I already know about the order block. I had to start applying the knowledge of the order block so that I can use the fair value gap that I already use. Applying the knowledge and using the concept is not the same, right? Don't revamp your model over and over and over and over and over because ICT dropped something new. Because here's the gag. Y'all, come here, come here, come here, come close. Everything you need to be successful with any model you desire to create has already been given to you in the core content. Everything. The core content is all of the knowledge that you need. Everything you need to know in order to trade any ICT concept has been given to you in the core content, right? It's been given to you in the core content. Now, what he's doing now in this 2023 mentorship, right? He's giving you the little sprinkles of experience, right? What's the sprinkles of experience, Tim? He's giving you the open the open range gaps. He's giving you the new day opening gaps. He's giving you the new week opening gaps. He's giving you those the only real, yes, those are the only real three new things he introduced that he didn't introduce in the core content. But guess what? Those are still gaps. He's just giving you something else to apply, right? He's giving you something else to apply. You're applying the knowledge that price respects the opening range gap. You're applying the knowledge that price respects the new week opening gap. You're applying the knowledge that price respects the new day opening gap. You know, price, you're applying the knowledge that price respects this. You're not changing your model. You're not going out trying to incorporate, okay, I'm going to trade off of the new day opening gap. No, you just understand that in a consolidating market, price will be drawn to the new day opening gap. That's just giving you a destination to shoot for. You're not trying to trade off the gap, off the new day opening gap, right? You just know price will it's a high probability that price would be drawn to this area. And so when price starts to draw toward that area, then you start looking for your model to get you there. And once price gets there, you wait for price to show you which, does it want to keep going up? Does it want to keep going down? Does it want to reverse? Does it want to go sideways? And when the market shows you which way it wants to go, then you start looking for your model to get you there. Right? You're applying the knowledge of all the different concepts, right? You're applying the knowledge of all the different concepts, but you're using your model to get you there, right? Now, the new sliced bread on the street is the silver bullet, right? Everybody want to name their model the silver bullet. Newsflash, the silver bullet is not a model. The silver bullet is just a fancy term that he put on it for lazy people. What ICT always does, right? He's just like me. You know how I look out for the lazy bums? When I be like, hey, you lazy bums in the back. What he does, he takes his concepts, he bundles them up into one. Like if you go back and look at his, like, I think it was like the market maker series or whatever, the silver bullet was the trade that you take on like the redistribution, like on, like you got the buy models, the sell models. The silver bullet was the trade on this side. On the buy model, when you came over here to like the reaccumulation or whatever, that was the silver bullet trade right there. And you go, right? The silver bullet was a trade that you take at a specific time on this market maker buy model and this market maker sell model, right? In 2023, the silver bullet is the trade that you take at a specific time. Remember, before, you took a specific time on the market maker buy model, the market maker sell model. You took it at a specific time on the right side of the model, going down or going up, right? So now the silver bullet is the trade that you take at a specific time between 10 and 11, between 2 and 3. It's at a specific time. So the silver bullet is not a model. It's just him putting a fancy name on it for the lazy people who need to trade something with a fancy name, right? Because when he called it the 2022 mentorship model, right? And then when he said silver bullet, oh, now it makes sense to everybody because he gave it a new fancy name. He ain't doing nothing but combining. It's like whatever trade he's taking inside that 10 to 11 hour, that's the silver bullet. It just so happens that right now he's teaching you how to trade that 2022 model, but he's teaching you how to trade it in real time. So he's just calling it the silver bullet. It's nothing new. It's everything you already know. He's just giving it a fancy name, right? Because people just overthink everything. We overthink it. As people, we overthink everything. So everything you need to know has been given to you in the core content, right? What does that mean, right? You don't have to be like me. You don't have to try to learn all of the concepts. I advise you to do so because that will give you an opportunity to apply everything dealing with his concepts to understand when to use your model, right? What you're seeing on my chart right here, right? When I watch price, when I watch the ES move, this is exactly how I watch the ES move, right? On this screen over here where y'all can't see, right? This right here is a 15-minute chart. If you look up here, you'll see this is a 15-minute chart, right? I got the ES on the top, the dollar on the bottom. ES on the top, dollar on the bottom. That's how I keep it on TradingView, right? So I'm looking at a 15-minute chart, right? I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, right? I got them on that screen where y'all can't see. And then on this screen over here, this is a 1-minute chart on TradingView. This is a 60-minute chart over here. I keep my NQ and YM there so I can look at the 60-minute divergence, but I got a 60-minute chart, a 1-minute chart, a 15-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, and this back here in the back is a 15-second chart. That's a 15-second chart back there in the back, right? Why do I have that 15-second chart back there? Because that 15-second chart, when Michael was talking about it the other day, I had an aha moment, right? I said, you know what? The lowest I had been watching price was down to the 1 minute, right? That was the lowest I had been watching price, right? Mostly because TradingView won't let me go lower than 1 minute because I don't have the really, really high package. But guess who lets me go below 1 minute? NinjaTrader. I can go all the way down to 1 second, excuse me, on NinjaTrader. Now, a lot of people might say, why in the world would you want to look at a 15-second chart? Right? Now, sometimes I actually use the 15-second chart, and sometimes I just apply what I see. Right? Let me tell you the difference. Right? Let's go in here. Right? Let's go in here and look at, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in, right? Over here, right? After we came down here, up under this little consolidation area here, we came down here, right? And we started to reverse right there. See right there, when we took off up there, we started to reverse right there. Now, let's go in here. We're just going to doctor this up real quick, like, if I can ever get this to sit there. Oh, this 1 minute. Let me go up to market on a higher time frame. Let me get my I'm freestyling this, so I ain't got nothing together. Get this dollar out the way so I can see better. Make the chart big so I can see better too. What did I just put that line? There it is. Okay. All right, so 15-minute chart, we came up, took out that buy side, came back down, right? And as we see, price came down to the low of that order block right there, right? Price came down to the close. I'm sorry, came to the close of that order block right there on the 15-minute, right? So we're just going to mark this out. Since it's hindsight, what I do when I'm back testing stuff, what I do, I look at what price did and I mark it on the higher time frame. And then as I drop lower, I just pretend like this is what I was watching and this is what I was waiting for, so that I can walk through the price action on the lower time frame to see how it reacted to what I was looking for. Right? Okay, so this is a bullish breaker close. I mean, bullish order block close. I'm sorry. Bullish order block close right there on the 15-minute. Right. So we got a bullish order block close on the 15-minute right there. All right. So let's go down to the 5-minute. What's the price on this? 4204. Mark these out while I'm going through. Make this 4204. All right, I said 4204, right? All right, yes, 4204. I'm marking them out as I go along, so because I can't paste them over here into NinjaTrader, so I have to transpose my stuff. I have to do it twice because I actually trade off of NinjaTrader and I watch the charts on TradingView and NinjaTrader at the same time. Got a lot going on. Okay, so now we're on the 5-minute, right? And we're gonna talk about applying and using, right? Applying and using, right? So we have, it's the same. That's so we got a 15-minute order block right there, came back to a 5-minute order block, same place. We got confluence. We got confluence on confluence on confluence. So that's a 5-minute order block also, right? We're gonna name this 15-minute, right? Because we saw it on the 15-minute. That's our higher time frame order block right there. the bullish order block on the higher time frame, right? So we came back to the confluence of a 5-minute order block. Nothing else to write home to mama about right there. Okay. So now on here, we're going to go down to the 1 minute, right? We're going down to the 1 minute. All right. We're going down to the 1 minute, and on the 1 minute, there's no imbalances here. Price has taken care of everything here. There are no imbalances here. So we're looking at the got an imbalance down there. So it stopped here. We're looking at the 12. That's going to be the 1203 candle for Ninja Trader, right? So we're looking at that same area, like the 1203 candle. 1203 candle at and we stopped down here twice. That's a, let's see what this is right there. We got a breaker. We got a bullish breaker that we stopped at twice. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. We stopped at that bullish breaker right there 4 times, and that was at 4203. Right, so we stopped at that bullish breaker. That's a 5-minute bullish breaker that we stopped at 5 times. Make this a different color. I'm gonna make this a different color because I need this to transpose over to my 15-second charts. Right, so now we're gonna go look at that that area right there around that 1203 candle. Right, so we're gonna look around 1203. So we're gonna 12. Need to counter that ended at 12. All right, there we go. So that candle right there. Okay, so now if we look at that area, right? If we look at that area on the 15-minute chart, right? All right, yeah. 1202.15. That's that same candle right there, but inside, right here, this candle right here. Scoot it up so y'all can see. Right, just watching price print. That candle right there, that 1202 candle right there, right over here. What I just do? Right there, that candle right there, and that candle right there is the same candle, right? But when we look here, there's an imbalance down there. There's a volume imbalance there, right? So watching, right? Watching, what I used to do was only watch down to the 1 minute, right? So a lot of times I wasn't able to explain why price was coming so far past the imbalance that I was watching, right? But now, right, when price came down below this low right here and came back to the close of this, came back there Matter of fact, looking on the 1 minute, right now on the 1 minute, I have this is the closure of a 15-minute order block that's right here. Looking at it, right? There was a closure of a 5-minute order block right here. And then as low as I used to go was the 1 minute, and we have a 1 minute order block confluence right there, right? Right. And then on the 15-second chart, it's got confluence with a volume imbalance right there, right? You got a volume imbalance right there. So if you're applying the knowledge of, hey, there's an imbalance down here, right? There's an imbalance down here that the market will seek to rebalance, right? And there's a 15-minute order block down here. This is the low of that order block, right? If I'm an order block trader, I use order blocks, right? If I know that, if I apply the knowledge that there's a 15-second imbalance at the close of this 15-minute order block, the lower time frames are going to be subordinate to the higher time frames. So instead of me just jumping in and getting short at the high of the order block, the open of the order block, or mean threshold of the order block, if my risk tolerance doesn't allow me to soak up this extra drawdown, now I can apply the knowledge that it's going to come down and rebalance this 15-second volume imbalance down here. And once it does, right? Once it does, it takes off, right? Now, this is a 15-second confirmation that my 15-minute order block is a good entry, right? So now I can use my order block after applying the knowledge that there was a 15-second imbalance that price was coming down here to take care of, right? Now that I've applied the knowledge of that, now that I've applied the knowledge that it came into a 15-minute order block that I don't trade to refill a 15-second volume imbalance that I don't trade, right? Now I can use this 15-second chart to make an entry based off of taking out sell side liquidity, breaking market structure, fair value gap, trading back into a bullish breaker. That's my model right there, playing out on a 15-second chart. So now that I've applied the knowledge that price came back down into a 15-minute order block that I don't trade, right? It's got confluence of a 5-minute order block that I don't trade. It got confluence of a 1-minute order block that I don't trade. There's no imbalance in here. There's no breaker in here. But on the 15-second, I see that we took out sell side liquidity, right? We had a break in market structure, and we retraced back down to a breaker and an imbalance. I can use this now because that's my model, right? It matters not that it's on a 15-second chart, right? Why don't it matter that it's on a 15-second chart? Because everything based off the higher time frames is lending to the bias of going up. When my draw is up, it's just setting up on the higher time frames for something that I don't use. But since I have the knowledge to apply and say, hey, I see what's going on. That's not my model. That's not my model. That's my freaking model. I can get in on this trade because I'm applying the knowledge of order blocks to know that price is getting ready to go that way, right? Let's scoot over here, right? Price is getting ready to go that way, right? When it came here, because I'm applying the knowledge of these order blocks, which is not my trade. But when I look here, oh snap, that's my trade. I can take that. So applying and using are not the same. But you don't go out there and revamp your strategy, try to add in all this other stuff to try to trade off of, because your model is fine. There's nothing wrong with your model. It's your patience. You're impatient. You're trying to force things for nothing. And like I say, you don't have to go back and try to study and learn. I just want to know the why. I want to know the why behind everything. I've been like that my whole life. And when I can understand and look at price and understand why it's doing what it's doing, I can relax and just wait for my setup. If my setup never never rears its ugly head, I don't have a trade, right? But if you skim through enough time frames, I can almost guarantee you will find your setup every single day. If you scale through enough time frames, you will find your setup every single day. And how do I know that? Because price is fractal. Everything that plays out on the 1 second chart plays out on the 1 month chart. It just takes a whole lot longer for it to happen on the monthly chart. But everything that happens on the 1 second chart happens on the 15-second chart, happens on the minute chart, happens on the 5-minute chart, happens on the 15-minute chart, happens on the hourly, happens on the 4-hour, happens on the daily. Y'all get what I'm saying? Everything happens on every time frame, but it don't happen all at the same time. When it happens all at the same time, you know what they call that? They call it confluence. They call it confluence. And when you got confluence, that just heightens the probability of the action taking place. You see how we had a 15-minute order block? We had a 1-minute order block inside, a 5-minute order block inside, a 15-minute order block, right? You had 3 different time frames with an order block in the exact same place. That's confluence. And then on the 15-second chart, there was an imbalance. There was an imbalance on the 15-second chart, just where the algo left 3 reference points. It left a 15-minute reference point, a 5-minute reference point, and a 1-minute reference point, all in the same place where there was a 15-second imbalance. So that it can remember, hey, we need to go back down there and get that. We need to go balance that out. And when it went down there and balanced it out, bang, yeah! So you had all this confluence. And the reason for all this confluence was this itty bitty little imbalance down here. So you got all these reference points. The price always seeks balance and liquidity. So it left these reference points, these breadcrumbs, to remember to come back and get this one little 15-second imbalance. And if you apply the knowledge of those order blocks to use it in your model, if you're not an order block trader, Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. What y'all talk about in the chat? I've been on here for 50 minutes. Redefine. What's up to Zay? Make it yours. I would love to use your model. Great. My model is a raid on liquidity, right? My model is this. You want to get a raid on liquidity, right? A break in market structure with a retracement back to a fair value gap in line with a higher time frame breaker. That's my model. Raid on liquidity, then have a break in market structure. You pick the time frame you want the market structure to break, right? Then whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever the break in market structure is, right? When it comes back to a fair value gap, you want that fair value gap to be in line with a higher time frame breaker, right? So if you rate liquidity, just take out sell side liquidity, right? So you take out sell side daily liquidity, right? And then the market retraces back up and you have a break in market structure at the 5 minute, right? Breaking market structure at the 5 minute. So most of the time there's going to be a 5 minute breaker there, right? It's going to be a 5 minute breaker there. If you got to break it, you rate liquidity, right? Now you got a 5 minute breaker there. So now you drop down to 1 minute. If there's a 1 minute fair value gap in line with that 5 minute breaker, boom, that's the fair value gap you buying off of. That's my model. Rate on liquidity, breaking market structure, retrace back to a fair value gap in line with a higher time frame breaker. Tim was left at the yellow. Me and Jasper both was out there. Exactly. The silver bullet is just 22 bottom between 10 and 11. Yes. Yes, makes sense. The new week opening gap being a draw is the same as looking for price to possibly come back to the weekly open. All of it. Exactly. Gotta keep it simple. What's up, E-Rock? It was a good marketing turn. Yes, very good marketing turn. Some people underthink. Definitely some other things out there. I'll be at 30 seconds. 15 seconds, you fancy. This message is right on time for me. What's up, Tasha? Shout out to Miss Orange Theory herself. I don't know if she go to Orange Theory. I just know she stay in the gym. Hey, I got a question, man. When you be in the gym, what's the secret to like 80% of the women at Planet Fitness when they be in the gym? It's like you walk by them and they smell good. 80% of the women. What's y'all secret? They be in there sweating, and when like them dudes, you ain't even got to walk by them. They smell like sour mops from across the room. Like you get on the machine behind them, even though they don't wipe the machine down. Like you be like, what in your mama and daddy did this to you? But like 80, now it be some Whopper Junior women up in there. It be a few women that smell like Whopper Juniors, but for the most part, y'all be smelling like Bath and Body Works, and y'all be in there sweating hard. What do they got? Secret gym deodorant for women that men don't have? But Tim, I just want to use one chart. I got one screen on my phone. Just keep flipping through the time frames. That's what I used to do. I just keep flipping through the time frames. I keep flipping through as stuff be coming down. I just keep flipping through the time frames so I can see what price do. And I got tired of doing that. And I was like, hey, just let me put up multiple screens because that'll drive you crazy. Chart on a big screen is a way better for PA analysis. Yep. Yep. I find my setup every day. I just might miss. Confluence, right? Tim, could you touch quickly on the required data for Ninja? Making a transition to add some Apex accounts. Wanted to get comfortable with Ninja first. I don't know. Whatever the plan is. I just I think it's like $12 a month for the data. I think it's like $12 a month for the data on Ninja Trader. It's like I think they call it, it's a CBOE, whatever. It's like the regular. I didn't do nothing fancy. I just like whatever the regular data is. I think it's like $12 a month. When I went in and Ninja Trader and changed their site so much, so I can't even hold you. Like when I be trying to look on Ninja Trader site now, it's a total different site. I'm like, what in the Ninja Trader is going on here? It's like a total different site now. Like ever since they bought out Tradeovate, it's like totally different now. When I bought the lifetime, this is the license. I paid like $9.99 for it. It was like $10.99, and I got $100 off because I signed up with the Bun Bullies. So I got it for $9.99. It's $15.99 now for the because I was like, I'm gonna use it forever, so I'm just gonna pay the money. Right? It's $15.99 now. And then the data. The data. So you got to pay the license. The license is just for the software, right? And I just bought the lifetime because I'm gonna use it forever. I'm not gonna pay like a monthly fee on nothing. Right? I ain't paying no monthly fee on nothing. That's why I chose to go with like Apex, because they offer the opportunity to pay a one-time fee for the assignment fee. I'm not paying you $80 a month for data when I get it for $12 a month. Because I know once you get it, once you're signing up, the data is, you got to do that totally separate. So I'm trying to figure out, like, it was, where's the search? Where's the freaking search bar? I don't know, man. I want to say I pay $12 a month for the data. Okay, here it is right here. Market data. They got like the plans, and then it's got like the subscription, and see they got CBOT top, and it okay. Trade from your charts, the $12 bundle right there. Right. I don't need all of this right here. The market depth bundle where you want to trade from it's this one right here. The CME bundle level 1 data. That's it right there. So you don't need all these dumb level 2 data. That's garbage. They just pay extra money for nothing. That's like if you want to trade from the DOM chart and see like the little DOM ladder where people be like, oh, you gotta look at the level 2. You gotta look at the level 2. Get out of here, man. So the CME bundle level 1 data is $12 a month. That's the only one you need right there. It's 12 o'clock. I hear the horn. Buenos dias, Valdez. Buenos dias. They use body wash and water. Oh, body wash and water. Yeah, okay. you can have it your way. We talk about stank people in the gym and why the females smell like Bath and Body Works. 80% of them. Cause boy, look here. I went in the back to work on my, like, I go in, I run a mile, then I go work on my chest, back, tries, and buys, and then I go in the back and I work on my abs, right? I got to the back and I was going to work on my abs. It was 3 women back there. One was an older lady, one was a woman looked like she might have been in her 30s, maybe 40s, and one was a young lady who looked like she might have been between mid 20s to early 30s, right? But one of them smelled like got dog it, I eat you. I couldn't even do it. One of them had it so piped up in there. I said, you are not in the 80th percentile. I couldn't do it. I just turned around and walked back out. Because back there where you do the abs, it's not a big space. It ain't a big space back there where I'll go work on my abs at. And I couldn't do it. Somebody had that got dog it, I eat your smell. Yes, it's $12 a month. The new site was throwing me up. Yeah, the new site is kind of crazy. But looking at the thing, it looked like you have to once you log in, then you got to go to like the settings and all of that to apply for. Yeah. So interesting. I do not pay for data with combines and PA accounts. Who do you trade with? I mean, some like Apex got a one-time assignment fee, so you don't pay for it. Like some of them don't have, like when it comes to like futures, a lot of them don't have one-time fees. So you paying a monthly fee and they say it's for the data. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you got Apex, then with Apex, you pick, do you want to pay a one-time assignment fee or do you want to pay a monthly fee? Right? That one-time assignment fee is like you're paying that because you plan on being there for a long time. Some people who don't plan on being there for a long time, they just pick the monthly fee and that's for the data. And they pay, whatever the fee is for the different account sizes. You know what I'm saying? So Apex got the same thing, but they just offer it where you can pay one time. Like a lot of the Forex places, they don't have like monthly fees and stuff like that. But when it comes to futures, all of them have like some kind of fee. Some call it an assignment fee, some call it a data fee, some call it whatever, but they claim it is for the data and that it's what they got to pay for on their side. You have to make a trade in your live account on Ninja Trader once a month, so they won't charge you a penalty. You have to. Oh, really? When did they change that? That must be something new. That must be something new. Because I know I had Ninja Trader. One time I had stopped trading futures for like, I wasn't taking no futures trade. I was watching the mark. I was watching the charts on the ES on Ninja Trader, but I didn't take a futures trade for like a few months because I was strictly trading options. And I never got charged anything outside of the $12 a month for my data. Yeah, I ain't never catch that. And it may be because I got a lifetime license. I don't know. Do you have a lifetime license? I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got, man. Do anybody got anything for me? Do anyone have anything for me? That's always been there. I have been trading since 2018. I got the fee. Oh, I ain't never get charged that. I never got charged for not making a trade. Yeah, I never get charged because I went stretches without making trades. What's wrong, baby? What did I do? What did I do, baby? Hey, man, that's all I got. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Hopefully this helped somebody. If it wasn't helpful, I'll try again the next time. to those that sent me the DMs, I'm gonna be reaching out to you all sometime next week, so that we can sit down and have our Zoom session before we kick off tape reading with Lil Timmy Rogers. You're very welcome, Paul and Regina. Thanks for everything, Tim. I'll be ready to kick off. I'm ready for the trick question next time. Want a trick question? Yes, yes, yes. Happy Memorial Day weekend to everyone. Be safe. I know that this weekend this holiday is set aside for my fellow veterans that paid the ultimate sacrifice. But as a veteran myself, as my sweetie being a veteran, I'd like to just thank all veterans out there, all my brothers and sisters who serve our country at one time or another. I thank you all for your service. I know this holiday is set aside for our fallen brothers and sisters, but I still want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And for all of the renamed posts that I got to get familiar with. Like, it's hard for me to get Fort Monroe in my head. To understand that that's not Fort Benning anymore, it's Fort Monroe now. That is really it's kicking my butt. Was not a trick question. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. I appreciate y'all. You're not in the doghouse now. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all enjoy your weekend. If you're gonna barbecue, be safe. If you are a left arm, right arm curl person, don't indulge too much. If you're into any recreational type stuff, don't get too recreational. I'm not your judge. Be safe in all that you do. All right. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Gone.